Hello, everybody, and you too, Martin, for that 28 months that you have been subscribed. Thank you for that. We are here Monday night, just going to do kind of like a paint and chat, not really, doing a whole hell of a lot. Yeah, as you can see from the logo that away, I still never remember where it is. It's over there. The big old dragon. House Carita. No, not Dragon's Fury. Sorry, Martin. This is House Carita, the Draconis Combine. Not some rogue faction from the Dark Age. But we are going to be painting them. I have a few mechs to paint, like this grasshopper here. And a few little guys. And the thug, too, because I got to have a thug. Gonna paint them. Don't worry about this light here. This light is useless. There we go. Because I'm not painting with it yet. That's my light for painting. So, yeah. I just got to get some of these done because I'm gearing up for the Battle for Rochester. It is an event coming to Flower City Comic Con in September. If you are in the Rochester area or are in the Western New York area, come on out. It's going to be good fun. There will be a sign-up sheet and rules posted in the Rochester Discord and the Rochester Battletech forum on Facebook. So we'll have it in a bunch of different places. So spots are going to be limited. Come out and take a look. But let's show you what we got to do here. We're going to pop right on over to the main. So, we got some mechs down here. Let me show you what I got going on as we crank up the light so I can see. This is my original paint scheme. I liked it. It worked. But it was all right. I'm not a super fan of how dark red it was. The dark red was from Rust-Oleum paint. It sucked. Rust-Oleum paint is too thick. I don't like it. Some people love it. I don't like it. So I ditched this idea of the darker red. Now, the gold highlights, somebody on the Battletech forum and Facebook had painted up a crew that actually looked really nice with the gold highlight. Just a little touch of gold. So I tapped him with some. Because the new version is this red. Tapped with a little bit of gold. Here's a side-by-side comparison of the two. You can see just how different that red is. I like this version so much better. It's crisper, it's a brighter, and we'll show you how to do it. And now, mind you, this is table ready. I mean, it looks good, right here in front of my face. I'm this close. It looks decent enough. I'm not no expert painter, but, it looks good enough to me. I like it. And let's show you how to paint it, because the Army Painter Pure Red spray, the primer, looks like this. Okay? It's bright. You can see the edges and stuff only because of the light and this camera right here that I'm poking in the face. Okay? But the when I put my wash on it, it's gonna look like that. So it darkens it up a bit. So we're going to show you the different colors that we're going to use. So first off, again, the primer was the pure red. I have this in case I need to touch up. I then coat it with a strong tone wash from War Paints Fanatic. That gets me into from this to this. And for the gold highlights, actually, before I do the gold highlights, we got to do the gunmetal. So we're going to do the gunmetal for the metal bits. Now, with the metal bits, we're going to use my favorite black wash, Pro-Acryl. I'll just slap that across it, across all the gray bits. That darkens it up and gives them the lines. I could use one of the speed paints, but I'm sticking with the gunmetal because I kind of like it. For the goldy bits, greedy gold. And they're not adjusted any. They're not tapped with any kind of, wash or anything. It's greedy gold. And then, of course, the base is my standard Vallejo black. It is my favorite black. So, different colors. And then the cockpit, that lovely cockpit. It is based in the gunmetal to start. And then I put a lot of Soulstone blue on there. Put as much on as I can so that cockpit is nice and shiny. And the edges get that little bit of... You can see how the edge of the cockpit is that little bit of lighter color. That's because of that. So, there is one thing I forgot to get. I have my water. I have my napkin. There's one thing and my brushes. I forgot one little detail. I need something to put my paint in because I need this. I need my little puppet because puppet's good for painting. Put the paints in there and good to go. We love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right. We're going to start. And I'm going to do a test at some point. Because you see this 6 brush? It's a 6. Can you see the 6 here? This is Master's Touch. I've had it for a good year now. And it's finally splayed out to where it's not that nice, beautiful, fine point. That's because there's paint up in there. I'm thinking... because LA's Totally Awesome works great on paint to strip a mech. What about putting one of these in the Totally Awesome and letting it sit to bust up all the paint that's in there? Maybe it'll go back to a point. That could save brushes. I'm going to try it when I'm done tonight, and I'll put something in the thing when I put this up on YouTube. So, we'll find out. But for starters, I need the strong tone because I left that one stinger uncoated because I wanted to have them uncoated. Just specifically so I could show you the coat. Vigorously shaking and trying to do it under the table so the microphone don't go bananas, even though it probably did. Strong tone to start. We're gonna put that right up here. Good spot. I didn't need 5 drops. Not at all, because it's a tiny little mech. And get some on the brush there. Shook it right on in there and just drop it on. Just get that coating. If it's quiet, I'm concentrating and not actually chatting. But I am looking at the chat that is not on the screen because I didn't put it up on the screen. I kind of left it off the screen. And that is coated. Now I just go back through and pull off some excess, because there is a good amount of excess on here, because I wanted a lot of excess, because it's got to get into the nooks and crannies. And pull it out of the cockpit, because I don't need that thoroughly touched. And get it out of the joints a little bit, because I'm going to be putting some silver in there. You know, that helps break up the Sword of Light here. Now, the Sword of Light is supposed to be a standard, you know, hey, we're just red. But this one guy on the Battletech group painted up some Caretans, and I really liked how he did it. And I told him I was going to try and steal his look a little bit. So I am. And I'll get that back a little bit more. And he gets set off to the side. See, he's going to be setting off over to there and just kind of hanging out to dry. I'll get to him near the end of the video. Oh, wait, he's dry. Wait, see? He's dry. He's all dry. Kidding. So, tomorrow I'm doing a test run of the Battle of Rochester. I need to do a couple of things here. One, I gotta move and this, I gotta pull the specs off so I can see easier. Not sponsored, but very delicious. I think they had that change the formula, because I've never tasted raspberry in that before. But here is the Thug. Nice, beautiful little Thug. We're going to put a touch of yellow on him, or gold, but we're going to hit the silver bits first. In fact, we're going to hit all 5 of the ones that are already dry, hit their silver bits first to begin with. Get that out of the way so that can dry, so when I go back and hit him with the wash, it's not so bad. Now, I'm going to have to get another one of these napkins, because there's a lot of paint got stuck up on the thing. Well, maybe I can avoid using that spot. All right. And now I need a brush. A brush. Not a thick, big one. A good one. That's a 1. It's an unused 1. Oh, here's a 0. Is that a 0? No, that's a 1. That's a beautiful 1. I like that one. That one's a 1 that's been used. This one's been... That's a 3-0. That would be a good one for later. Or is this a 3-0? That's a 10-0. Ooh. Small brushes. Small brushes can't see. It's a 5-0. What's this guy? Oh, this guy's splayed out. That guy's a 0. He's on his last, like a lot of last leggers, because you know they eventually they do get ruined. It happens. There's a 0, but I want to stick with the 1. Let's stick with this 1 here. Did I put the 1 in the right spot? Yes, I did. Okay. Whoop. Wet it down a little bit just to wet the bristles. All right, Mr. Thug. You have these funky ball joints for frickin'... You know what? You have some silly ball joints right there. First off, I'm going to just go ahead and paint this mid part right here for you. paint your zipper. That's what it looks like. Shut up. Do 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 do. Okay. Zipper's been painted. We're going to hit all these little ball joint things because Thug's got some crazy looking ball joint kind of effects. Not sure why he has these ball joints, but sure, whatever. So his reverse kneecaps are painted. And I'm going to hit these really crazy giant freaking ball joints on his hips. I really kind of want to. But we're going to start with these missile pods over here. We'll try, maybe we'll hit them. Let's take a look at the missile pods first. See if it's too much silver. Because if it winds up being too much silver in that area, then I won't. So we'll check the silver for this. SRM6. He's been sculpted to have 2 SRM6s. 1 in each torso. If anyone knows what version of Thug that is, let me know. I don't quite know my source for him. We're going to go in. We're going to try and go inside here. This is going to be a little tough. Probably could have used a smaller brush. Okay. Really? I don't know. It's like... okay. Well, let me do the windows first. I actually have to take a look at the Thug. I'm going to have to go on to, before I finish this one window, the front window, I got to take a look because he's got this strange bulb. That's about all I can think of it. It's a weird bulb right in front of the front window. I don't know if it's a window. I don't know if it's just a strange bulb. But what the hell is this thing right here? What is that? I'm going to wash the brush, grab the phone, and bring up Sarna because, you know, it's Sarna. Sarna, 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 Sarna. There we go. Sarna. Everybody should download Sarna. Where is Sarna? There it is. He came from the clan invasion. So we take it by the name, go down to the T's. Thug. Let's look at this bad boy. Hello, Thug. Oh, it is just a bulb on his face. There you go. Can you see the windows? Good Lord. Okay. You know what? I think I'm a little... This camera's moved. There. Better. Okay. So, now... Let's finish up some joints here. Got this arm joint in here. Oh, not too much. Not quite so much. We got to dig into this arm joint down here. There. Arm joint. Oh, there's a back. Hooray! There's a back. That'll help break up his arm on the back. Now remember, if you're looking for these brushes that I've got, because they are not your standard, hobby brushes that you get from like Army Painter or something. These are brushes that I found at Hobby Lobby. You can also find them, I believe, at Michael's. Or a similar brand that works just the same. These are nothing more than, paint brushes, artist brushes. And they're a lot cheaper. And they work just as well. I think I've painted probably 40 or 50 mechs. And this number one that I've got is still rocking just fine. I don't need Kolinsky Masterclass $30 brush. I bought a $15 or a $10 Army Painter brush, and it went in a matter, just the after one use. I was like, the hell with this. So I tried it, tested it, and booyah. And sometimes, a lot of times actually, keep an eye on it, they have a 40% off sale. And with a 40% off sale, you're looking at cheap. I would always go in there and check, is it 40% off? Yes. Done. All right. So that's done, that's done, that's done. Now, my question is, let's put a little silver right in there too. Do I do those stupid giant ball joints? I don't want to. I really kind of don't. These two big ass ball joints, I think I'm going to leave them the way they are. I think I'm just going to go around the edge underneath here. Because they do look weird. I'm sorry. So I just did up in, I don't know if you can see it. I did up in the two leg bits. So that's the silver on the thug. We're going to go rinse out the brush. I always want to rinse out the brush after so much. So we rinse out the brush, keep it simple. This way it doesn't dry out. And let's go, oh, wait a minute, we didn't finish the thug. I almost forgot. The dude has more than just a couple SRM6s. He's got these big cannons on his arm. So I kind of want to hit the cannons. One thing I never do is I never paint to whether they're like a PPC or a large laser, small lasers. I don't paint the middle of the thing to show that it's one of those, because in my headspace, sue me if I'm wrong, I don't care. You're not going to get a dime out of that. But the laser color, I think, would only be there when it's actually in active firing. If you're just kind of walking or standing, it is not going to be a bright, weird, particle shot. So, there you go. That's my 2 cents. Oh, no, let's go. Okay, boy, what do you got that needs to be painted? The top of your leg, maybe? No. The inside of your jump jet here. And the upper part of the jump jet, that has to be silver. Oh, you know what? I can tap his face too while I'm at it. Okay. What other silver bits are on this guy? Not a whole hell of a lot from the looks of it. So we make shit up as we go here. We'll try and get our butt in there. Yep, that'll work. Then try and get into the arm. I could use a thinner brush, it would work better. But I think I might be okay. As long as I don't wiggle too much. Oh, girl. Jeez, Karen. What did you eat? My God. If I had viewers and could smell this, I bet you would all just run away. Run screaming to the hills. Because, oh. What did you eat? I know, you ate dinner. Shut up. All right, let's get his side gun here. His little blaster looking thing. Nice little medium laser. I'm pretty sure it's not a large laser. This guy is too small. He's a stinger, for God's sake. There. Silver dot on him. Wasp. Wasp. This guy's just a running fool. Running with the devil. Do, 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 do. Now, remember I said earlier that I'm prepping these for a thing called the Battle for Rochester? It's happening September 2025 at Flower City Comic Con, which is here in Rochester, New York. It is going to be a large event, or at least as large as I think it's going to be. It's going to be a good size event. It's going to be a good event. It has the DCMS forces versus AFFS, Karita Davian, duking it out for, and you can look this up on Sarna, the planet Rochester. Somebody in the Battletech history had talked about the Battle of Rochester, or talked about the planet Rochester. They put this planet into the lore, including the planet Lima. On the planet Rochester, there is a city called Utica and such. Very interesting that somebody was a fan of the area. Now, because of this, we got a planet named after our little area. There was an event that happened in 2787 called the Rochester Starvation. Believe it or not, it's not well known, which is surprising because it should be well known, because it was actually the second worst tragedy, or the second worst thing that the DCMS did to the Kentaris massacre. That is number one. The Rochester Starvation is number two. If I got my lore right, and one of the guys I know here helped combine all the lore from all the different books and all the different mentions and stuff, tried to get it all put together. In 2787, war came to the planet, and they tried desperately to fend off Karita, and there were these purifying plants because the ground in Rochester is actually rather toxic. So it had to be purged of all the toxins. So there were these purifier plants, and because of this, because the Caritans went and destroyed them all, it starved out millions of people. And because of that, it was called the Rochester Starvation. We are actually going to be playing basically that scenario at Flower City Comic Con. We are looking for players that want to run either Davian or Karita. For those that are attending the con, there is going to be a sign-up sheet. Don't you worry about that. We will have room for some mercs, but very limited room. Basically, one merc per 5 of the DCMS or AFFS horses. Reason for this is we want to have those specific forces in abundance. We want them there running the show. Because mercs really weren't a thing on that planet at that time. So that is something we want to have. It's going to be fun. It's going to be real great. We got a lot of cool things planned for it. We even have, for the event, we have custom dice specific for the event. You don't have to use them for the event, but your $5 entry fee gets you the dice. They're actually really cool dice. And that, my friend... Oh, not quite. I do have a little spot there I can do. For the wasp. Oh, you know what? I didn't do the jump pack. I will be back in just a moment. Okay. Now he's done. This guy is dry now. Let's do the other stinger, shall we? The battle for Rochester is going to be unique because we're using OD 350 rules, which are similar to WolfNet 350. When you're creating your 350 point force, you only bring 250 to the battle. And that 250 force can have lance abilities. We are allowing lance abilities in the game, which will be quite nice because that'll add a few cool things into the mix. Damage between matches is persistent. So each battle is gonna be tough. It's not gonna be just go in, beat him up, and walk away. You have to think strategically, and you have to think carefully, because you lose a mech, it's out for the rest of the game. And there are 3 matches to do. You have the beachhead, you have the supply raid. I don't know why I'm painting this silver, but oh well. I guess I'm painting it silver because it's going to be gold. And then you have the actual destroy the processing plant mission. We have, it's going to be played Alpha Strike style. So the first 2 are going to be hex-based Alpha Strike, which is, I know, a little different than standard Alpha Strike. But the thing is, we're doing that because the final battle, and it's one-on-one battles, by the way. After these one-on-one battles, and we're all done with the one-on-one battles, whatever and whoever is left brings what they can, trying to build a 250 point force still, or as much of one as you can, and one massive duke it out battle. There is going to be repair. So you will get chances to repair your mechs between battles. Only a little bit though. It's not full repairs. As much as you might want to repair a mech fully, you have to look at tactfully how to do it. Is it gonna work? Is this mech worth repairing if it's that damaged? Because you only have a little bit of repair to do. I did one play test and doing another one on Tuesday. It was pretty fun. It was epic. Because we weren't just going in and doing a knockdown drag out. That's the kicker of it. We weren't doing that. The Warhammer I was playing got beat up so badly. And I wanted to get him back into the fight. You can opt to repair just armors, or you can go the full Monty and repair structure, repair special damages. But doing so takes more of your repair points, your salvage points. And if you're doing that, you're not repairing somebody else. So there's a lot of strategy involved. A lot of thinking. There's quite a few people that are going to really be like, oh yeah, I love this idea. If it's a successful event, we're going to run it every year. The first year, we, however, are only in the year 2787. We're doing the Rochester Starvation. In the lore, we can continue up the timeline a bit. So, like, next year, we'll go to the next time that war hit the planet, which will be, I think, Third Succession War. So we'll hit that, and we'll just continue up the chain. Up that chain of events. Don't drop him. Don't drop him. I bought... Now this is a standard grasshopper that I'm popping up now that you can see in my hand. Okay? I bought from a guy over in England some 3D printed Warhammer axes. And those 3D Warhammer axes, 3D printed Warhammer axes, are going to go onto some battle mechs. And those battle mechs are going to be Karita only, that I'm putting them on. I mean, if I have some spares left over, of course I'll put them on something else. But they are going to be for the Berserker Lance that you can make for the DCMS forces. The only DCMS did this. They took a bunch of goofy mechs, weird ones, that shouldn't have hatchets, like a Thunderbolt, or an Archer, or a Grasshopper, or the Panther, and they stripped weapons out and put a hatchet on in their hand. It's nuts. I saw that and I was like, what? You're going to do what with what? So, I need a few more mechs. That I can just throw some new ideas in. Some new hatchets in. You know what? I think he's done. Okay. So the silver bits are done. We're going to let them dry. I'm going to take a swig of this voltage raspberry. It is time for some greed. Now, like this, I'm not going crazy wild. Okay. It's going to have a little bit. Not a crazy amount. So 1, 2, tops, 3 drops. Still probably too much. But Grasshopper, 2 Wasps, 2 Stingers. Alright, now I got to look at where I want to put the gold. Actually, what I want to do is apple pan. I want to take this brush here, which is a 3/0. 3/0, because it's a nice tiny brush. Put a little bit of gold on here. It allows me to put in just the spots I want. Oh my God, Treya, why are you passing so much gas? My dog. Is it because I gave you that little bit of corn in your dinner? Oof. You know what, boys? Do 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 do. Nice little gold accent. Hopefully I don't touch this area. Before it's dry, because that would suck. And I've been known to do it before. Get it right on down. Okay. And now... No. That would look too much like a goofy nose. So we're not doing that. You know, I'm going to put it on this front, whatever this weird thing is right here, this thing that juts out at his feet. Keeping the ankle biters off and making it gold. Those pesky infantry. I'm going to make that gold. Perfect. Let's do this. Ba, 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 da. Ba, 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 da. We'll do that spot. And we gotta get just a touch more gold on here. On the back. Yeah, we want to put a touch of gold on the back. That's the touch gold on the back. And now for the customary gold antennas. Because whatever Karita mech has an antenna like this, they're gold. Every single one is going to be gold. Now, once this gets up on YouTube, it's still going to be the entire video, okay? I'm not going to be too worried about, you know, I'm not going to break this down or anything, but I do have a few mechs left that still need to be painted for Karita. And they are more the totem mechs. And those totem mechs, I will do a couple of basic, hey, this is going to be this is going to be that kind of thing. You know, I'll do an actual painting video of the stuff. One of the ones where I speed everything up and you see me painting speed. Instead of doing like a paint and chat like this. Where I'm just painting to paint, get them off the table kind of thing. And chat with you guys. The true how-to paints are going to be not streamed. They'll just be uploaded. Kind of like the Banser Raider ones that popped up on my channel just recently. I'm thinking you might not have seen that. Like, whoop, wait, what? Who? Oh, that's a Banser Raider video? I'll go overlook. Where I painted Benson's Raiders. The final crew. Yeah, I know you've been lurking, Martin. Just sitting here painting and chatting to the wind. Doing up a cool Karita force here. Okay. Beautiful. Do the same thing over here. I figured you'd catch the little dig of Dragon's Fury, because I ain't painting no Dragon's Fury. Why on earth would I be doing that? You want to just paint, you just want to come in and play some dragons, because these guys look cool. Dragon's Fury are just gray and red. They're boring. Yeah, I have taste in class to paint House Carita Sword of Light, which is the classy look of the gold and stuff. Putting just tiny little accents of gold on him. Not a lot. I might do that upper shoulder thing. Yeah. No. You know what I will do, though? Instead of the upper shoulder, I'll do this panel here. And when I go to paint my gopper, that's the grasshopper with the axe, then I'll put a different set of gold on him. We'll do these two little shoulder things. Without touching them while they're wet. Luckily, it's a good day to paint. Later this week, it's going to get very muggy and very ugly out. All right. Oh, I touch it up a little bit here. Sure, it's nice and pretty. And now this guy has an antenna. Crazy as it may sound, he has this little antenna right here. Oh, Mr. Hydrate Boy. I gotta dry out the brush anyways. Martin. I didn't get a chance to look at the chat. Something was being discussed with the game. I don't know what was decided, so I will have to look at that when I'm done here. But the grasshopper is now done. Now on to my little stingers. Get these tiny little stingers out of the way. Now, because I have two, stingers, I'm going to be painting them the gold parts slightly differently. He was. I will look later. Friday night this week, perhaps? I believe you're trying to ask me? I do believe I currently am. I do have a flea market to attend on Saturday. So I can't be out drinking and cavorting too late. But otherwise, yeah, I'm free. Well, you might be tanked by 8:15. You got to remember, if I drink the right alcohol, it doesn't affect me none. I haven't actually been out clubbing in so long. I know people don't even call it clubbing anymore, do they? Frickin' young whippersnappers. Let me go outside and yell at the clouds. Cavorting and frolicking? What, like through the flowers or the bushes or some shit? Alright, Bling Master B. Be careful with what heat. I'm not going to be using a blow dryer. It's not like the 80s where I need to perm my hair. Clubs are actually air conditioned nowadays, unlike back in the 80s. That's one. Now let's do another stinger. Dope. Okay. Dope. Hold up the phone. I'm gonna wipe off the silver. Or wipe off the gold. Clean the brush a little bit because I missed a spot of silver in this guy. And it's got to be dry before I do the his glass. And I noticed the spot that I forgot on him. That needs to be silver. I always do the jump jets in silver. Because with the amount of heat coming out of these things, they would not have any kind of paint left on them, you know? If anything, they'd be charred and sooty. Because it is a grasshopper. Got to make sure he can do the hop. All right. Back to this guy. Ooh. Swig of this. Well, isn't that special? I just looked up and saw all this crap. Boop. Boop. Hey, people can read now. Sorry about that, guys. All right. Back to the gold. Yeah, I just looked up over there and saw all the... I'm like, bruh. 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 Why was who apologizing? Me? Oh, if you look over here, there on the screen, there's a whole bunch of words right there. The chat appeared. And I had shit in the background that I didn't notice I had in the background. So you couldn't really read the chat. But now you can. Because I done fixed it. Yeah. What the bloody hell is that? Do you see that thing? Weird. Weird. I had this weird little red hair. Is there a third one? There is a third one. I didn't do a third one. I didn't do the third one. I didn't realize there was a third one in here. Woohoo! Oh God. Try and get this one in here. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. Alright, so I did that with him. Let's just do this. Strip there. Strip there. We'll do this strip here. Little extra gold. Did I do the back of his leg? No. I did not. Oh, that's why. Oh. 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 Oh, a little thick on the paint back here. Okay, so this one's not my favorite one. I already found my favorite one over there. That one's my better one. A little too thick a paint on the legs there. Alright, now I gotta get his antennae. And then I got a couple of wasps to do. And then I can get to hitting the wash on the silver. And hit the cockpits up. And then I'm all set. Just like that. That's pretty sweet looking. Yeah. Put the touches of gold on his arms. Right there. Right there. Put another touch across that piece. I'll put it on that one. That one, put on this one. Then we'll put it on the outside strip down here. Okay, do I want any more gold? Probably not. I think that's gonna be enough. Maybe a touch in the back? That works. Just that little couple of dots on his back. And now, for the really hard part. These stupid, tiny little freaking antennas. That he has 4 of. His 4 little antennas. And that's him. And now, lastly, I think what I'm going to do is rinse out the brush. And now I'm going to reverse the chest. Do I want to reverse the chest? Not really, no. I'll just put, instead of going up, I'll just put it there. Now, was that on the outside? That guy was on the outside. So with that one being on the outside, this one's going to be on the inside. And we'll do the arms like we did before. Putting that line there. We'll cap off this square. Because I kind of like that square. Did I do? No, I didn't. Okay. We'll do the front square this time on him. With what? Who? What? He who? Oh, the orb thingies. Oh, I know. I haven't delved into it much to know what Discord does with the orbs. I'm assuming you collected a whole ton of them already. One, two, three, four. Okay. What videos are you watching? Four videos, huh? Neat. You know what's also kind of neat? Blackwash. Get your own merch. Hey, Slayer. Can you check and make sure that link still works? I'd hate to still have that link out here and find that it doesn't actually work. If you wouldn't mind. Do I still have clothing on there? Because I know I've moved stuff around. All right. Wasps, stingers, grasshopper. Hey, thug boy. Time for you to have a little bit of blackwash. Get you some blackwashing. Is that the same as whitewashing, just in reverse? Adding this blackwash in here just darkens that silver up, makes it look so much better. Okay, what else? Oh, I got to do that. You know, I wonder if I even put the new LingSter Games shirts in that clothing line. I definitely need to update some links and put out links to the Ares merchandise. Because I'm thinking I might want to put up a bomber jacket. I think a bomber jacket would be kind of cool. You'll have to let me know what needs to actually be updated. Because I honestly don't know what needs to be updated. I don't think anything does. But I could be wrong. And as far as updating, I was more just talking, making sure that all the cool stuff that I've designed over the last few is actually up there. Ba-ba-ba-ba-da. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. Yeah. I find the time to do that, though. That's the kicker. Okay. Gopper's almost done. I am going to have to do one little kicker here. Where's that tiny brush and the gold? Yay! Don't know what it was, but yay! Love it. Okay. Gopper's just about done too. Yeah, don't we love our bots? Wait till the bots become even smarter and act like people and converse with you and shit. Wait till we get those kinds of bots on here. gonna have AI chat bots on Discord soon enough. Man, you suck. Missed another spot. Did I hit the gun? Did hit the gun. Okay. Ba-da-da-da. What do you mean? I'm right there in the lower left corner. Can't miss it. Right there. How can you not see my smiling mug? I did it to this dumbass too? What the hell? Oh, no, I didn't do it. Humana. Alright, so I screwed up. Alright then. Time to fix it, I guess. The waspies. Yeah, the wasp. Give me this wasp. Give me this red. Put the red back on here. Grr. Grr. Arr. Yoink, donkey, 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 spot. Been a little bit. Rinse it out. Rinse it out some more. Perfect. There we go. Ooh, that's a bit much. Ba-da-da-da-da. What's that for? You know, folks, I don't know it either. It's just a bunch of dots on the screen. Hidden items? What hidden items? There are no hidden items. What you talk about, Willis? Did I get the guys back? I did. Okay, good. I ain't got no hidden items. No secret things to buy. That's not hidden. It's just not in any category is all. But if you want your very own Spaceballs t-shirt, we have the t-shirt. You want your Spaceballs, the coffee cup, the coffee mug. Spaceballs, the water bottle. Love that one. And my favorite, Spaceballs, the infant on a onesie. It's awesome. Thought that one was especially funny. When I made that one, I'd laugh so long. Baby's not included, by the way. Don't mind me, I'm just shaking up a paint. It's not what you think. But it is what you think, because... Oh. Okay, put the brush down. Oh, I opened it. I opened it. It's all over the place. I mean, I like blue, but jeepers. That's not that much blue. I cannot read. That is true. I probably should. I just haven't put the LingSter Games merch in there, but yeah, I probably should throw that stuff in the category. Anything that doesn't have a category goes into the clothing category. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Maybe there is some guy out there that wants that. You never know. Oh, the mega dice are not out there because they were flea market. I forgot to go out there and activate them for the website. Mainly because the Pokemon sold out. Because they are not active on the site either. I forgot something yet again. All right. Time to go to the phone. Bring Sarna back up. I don't care about moving the bar. Whatever you're talking about. Ooh. Thank you for the orders, by the way, whoever you are. I gotta look for the grasshopper, grasshopper, grasshopper. I forgot to do his cockpit. Come on, Sarna. You're faster than this, aren't you? Come on. Mm-hmm. One, I forgot there was a laser in his center torso. And I forgot to do his cockpit window. All right. Oh, yeah. That's right. That's right. A little bit of red. Might as well hit the fronts of these guys real quick. Okay. Now, Mr. Gopper should be dry enough. To put a whole bunch of blue in there. And lastly, I need this bad boy here. This guy is so... You know what? Maybe I don't. Maybe I'll just use this 2 that I have. Because the last color I do on these guys is the Vallejo Black. We're going to set them all off to the side. We'll start with Mr. Thuggy. Because I, like you've seen in my other videos, do not paint or put greebles on my bases. The only thing I did that to was the proliferation cycle. Because they weren't going to have a whole faction based on them. Plus, I'd never done greebles before. Anyways, so I wanted to give it a shot. And I was testing out the ones that I had gotten as a test from this one company. They were kind enough to send me a test sample, see how I liked them. I liked them, but, you know, there's a whole lot of those companies out there. I just prefer bringing the bases back to their natural black. I just like the black bases because whether I'm in a cityscape, whether I'm in the forest, a desert, the snow, the base still works. Unlike if I put, you know, a flowering shrub on there, that's not going to work in the winter. In a winter environment, so I leave them as quote-unquote the CGL black. But to each his own. You know, you guys do how you want to do it. I just show you how I do it. It's up to you to do it how you want to. There's no right or wrong way to do this. If you want to paint your mechs up in pride colors, that's you. I mean, sure. Why not? There's a merc company out there that looks like that. Why not? It's a big galaxy. It's a big universe. Some people like painting the specific houses and factions like this one. I have 2 merc companies that I've painted up. And I've done a lot of houses. I might make another merc company. Who knows? At some point, I'm going to get to a spot where I don't have any more mechs to paint. do I put him in another faction? Do I put him in old factions? Who knows? But I will say this. If you are going to be like me and paint up factions, I recommend wholeheartedly build yourself a spreadsheet. When you've locked down the color scheme that you like for whatever faction you're doing, write down that spreadsheet. Hell, bring up Excel or bring up Google Sheets, you know, some spreadsheet. Hell, bring up a notepad. I don't care how you do it. Just write down what your primer color is. Write down your base color. Write down secondary color, trinary color. Put that stuff into a spreadsheet. Because if you're like me and you're painting 12, 13 factions, and you want to go back and hit up the faction that you haven't done in a while because they just got force packs like the Jade Falcons are going to, and I want to redo my color scheme with them, I got to remember what they were. But because I have a fancy-dancy spreadsheet, I know how I painted them. I know what colors I used. And it works. Now, I happen to have a line for the old House Carita, and I have a line for the new House Carita. Because I wanted to keep a record of how I did the old one. Because why not? Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Treya, you have the nastiest farts tonight. And with that, just kind of cleaning out the brush here. Da, 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 da. Seriously cleaning out said brush. Good. And lastly, and that, my friends, our 5 House Karita mechs. Bring him forward, bring him forward. 2 Stingers, 2 Wasps, the Grasshopper, and the Thug. Look at how he looks. Here, let me see if this helps the... Oh God, it darkens it right up. There we go. Not quite so bright, but you can see the gold accents on him. I think he looks real cool. The Grasshopper. And the accents I got on him. They might look a little dark because I dropped the light that's right here. But if you're on any of the Battletech forums, you'll get to see these in all their glory here real soon. Because once the base dries, probably tomorrow morning, I'll break down my painting studio here. And I'll post the pictures of them up online so people can see what they look like. Because they look pretty damn good. I think they're really nice. And that's another 6 for House Karita. And I will be using 3 of these, and I'm not telling you which 3, in tomorrow night's playtest. Playtest. So there you go. That is House Karita. Another 6 mechs in their new style of doing things. I will be painting up the last ones that I've got, which I think are another 6, but they are the totem mechs, and they will be painted up later. So on that note, if you are in the Rochester area, I have a flea market called the Freak Out Flea on Saturday. It is from 10 until 4. Stop on out. I will be there. Big booth. Look for the red tents if it's not raining. If it is raining, it'll probably be the other one. The really big one, the 10 by 21. I'm hoping it's not raining so I can put up the 2 reds. So, check us out. We will catch you later. Don't forget, check out the store, LingSterGames.com. We got lots of stuff. We had a whole bunch of singles come in over the weekend, and a lot of them went out. We will be updating singles again soon. There will be a little bit popping in. Plus, we've got some new drops for Wings of Glory. A lot of Wings of Glory. So, don't forget, check out our YouTube channel as well, because you never know what you might find there with our plays of games and whatnot. And, of course, all the painting that I've done, the little tutorials. So, yeah. Check us out. Like, subscribe, do all that fancy jazz. And we'll catch you all on the flip side. Bye.